Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jane loves shopping online,
It's my favorite.
but she had concerns about internet security. Fear not! The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, features advanced security that blocks malware, phishing scams, and other cyber attacks across all the connected devices in her home. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play.
eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Miss the beginning of a program or forgot to record? Look for the Start Over icon and restart it up to 72 hours later. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Looking for a specific movie, show, or actor? Search across TV, on-demand, and streaming apps to find what you want fast. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Mark was hosting a party.
I don't want everyone in the neighborhood to have my Wi-Fi password.
Using the Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, Mark created a special internet-only guest password without access to speakers, printers, or any other household devices, and he made it expire right as the party ended. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jim wants to know where his kids are at all times.
What can I say? I'm a protective dad.
The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, lets him set primary devices for everybody in the household or frequent guests. Now he gets an alert when his kids leave or his mother-in-law arrives. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Mary wanted control of her children's screen time.
No phones during homework or bedtime.
The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, gave Mary the option to set a timeout, pausing internet access for all her kids' devices with just the touch of a button. Parental controls have never been easier. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jane loves shopping online,
It's my favorite.
but she had concerns about internet security. Fear not! The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, features advanced security that blocks malware, phishing scams, and other cyber attacks across all the connected devices in her home. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play.
eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Miss the beginning of a program or forgot to record? Look for the Start Over icon and restart it up to 72 hours later. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Looking for a specific movie, show, or actor? Search across TV, on-demand, and streaming apps to find what you want fast. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Mark was hosting a party.
I don't want everyone in the neighborhood to have my Wi-Fi password.
Using the Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, Mark created a special internet-only guest password without access to speakers, printers, or any other household devices, and he made it expire right as the party ended. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jim wants to know where his kids are at all times.
What can I say? I'm a protective dad.
The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, lets him set primary devices for everybody in the household or frequent guests. Now he gets an alert when his kids leave or his mother-in-law arrives. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Mary wanted control of her children's screen time.
No phones during homework or bedtime.
The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, gave Mary the option to set a timeout, pausing internet access for all her kids' devices with just the touch of a button. Parental controls have never been easier. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jane loves shopping online,
It's my favorite.
but she had concerns about internet security. Fear not. The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, features advanced security that blocks malware, phishing scams, and other cyber attacks across all the connected devices in her home. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play.
eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Miss the beginning of a program or forgot to record? Look for the Start Over icon and restart it up to 72 hours later. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Looking for a specific movie, show, or actor? Search across TV, on-demand, and streaming apps to find what you want fast. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Mark was hosting a party.
I don't want everyone in the neighborhood to have my Wi-Fi password.
Using the Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, Mark created a special internet-only guest password without access to speakers, printers, or any other household devices, and he made it expire right as the party ended. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jim wants to know where his kids are at all times.
What can I say? I'm a protective dad.
The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, lets him set primary devices for everybody in the household or frequent guests. Now he gets an alert when his kids leave or his mother-in-law arrives. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Mary wanted control of her children's screen time.
No phones during homework or bedtime.
The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, gave Mary the option to set a timeout, pausing internet access for all her kids' devices with just the touch of a button. Parental controls have never been easier. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jane loves shopping online,
It's my favorite.
but she had concerns about internet security. Fear not. The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, features advanced security that blocks malware, phishing scams, and other cyber attacks across all the connected devices in her home. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play.
EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Miss the beginning of a program or forgot to record? Look for the Start Over icon and restart it up to 72 hours later. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Looking for a specific movie, show, or actor? Search across TV, on-demand, and streaming apps to find what you want fast. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. eXp Stream from
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lincoln County Track and Field, the 2025 edition of Lincoln County High School varsity football. Tonight's contest will be between the Huskies of Herbert High School and your Lincoln County. This time, I ask everyone who is able to please rise and remove your caps and face the flag as we all stand together as one nation and honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Tonight's national anthem will be performed by the award-winning Lincoln County High School Panther Marching Band, and tonight's colors are being displayed by the Panther Battalion of the Lincoln County High School JROTC under the command of Cadet Sergeant Eric Meade.
Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in
And we would like to welcome everyone to Lincoln County, West Virginia, and Panther Stadium, located on the beautiful campus of Lincoln County High School, for tonight's game between the Lincoln County Panthers and the visiting Herbert Hoover Huskies. As always, my name is Brian Vance, and I'm joined in the broadcast booth tonight by special guest folks. We brought a special guest commentator all the way from Youngstown, Ohio, the football crazy state of Ohio, Mr. Matt Romeo. Matt, are you ready for some football tonight?
I'm ready. You know what, Brian? We had so much fun last night. We thought we'd do it again one more night. This time between 0-2 Lincoln County Panthers trying to right the ship this week against 2-1 Herbert Hoover Huskies. It's going to be a tall task for Lincoln County. We'll see what they can do. Excited for this one.
Yeah, unfortunately for Lincoln County, young squad this year. A lot of freshmen we're going to see playing time. You know, kind of a little rebuilding sign here. Herbert Hoover comes in, and they've got their eyes on a possible run to the state championship in Charleston. They've already had 2-1 the year. The only loss was a close loss against Independence. They beat Winfield, who's a playoff team. They beat Nitro, who people are looking for a playoff team. So they got a good squad in Herbert Hoover. And for the Panthers, like I said, this is going to be some learning time. You're going to learn a lot tonight about yourself. You're going to learn you're playing a really good team. Still doesn't mean you can't pull off an upset. They all happen. We all see it. But like you said, it's a very tall task.
You know, Brian, I mean, what do you learn? When do you learn any time in life, whether it's football, whether it's your job, anything, you learn through those adverse times. So if times do get tough during this football game, hey, they're going to get that learning experience and get themselves better for the next game.
Absolutely. And just to remind you folks, this broadcast being brought to you by Armstrong. Visit them at www.armstrongonewire.com. Your only local internet provider here in Lincoln County. And that's right, folks. Thanks to you, thanks to all our customers, for the second year in a row, Armstrong has been named Cable Fax Magazine's internet service provider, customer service provider in the nation. Second year in a row, great honor. And we thank all you folks for helping making that possible. As we see Herbert Hoover coming out here, like you said, it's a loaded squad. I mean, it's going to be a treat to watch them play tonight. And for Lincoln County, you know, you're going to have Jack Schultz, quarterback, starting quarterback, sophomore, has definitely played some good throws this year, but also had some sophomore moments, what you expect. In the backfield, you're going to see a little bit of everybody tonight. The fullback, David Stevens, has had some good runs. You're going to see somebody like Ty Ritchie. You're going to see Banks. I mean, it's going to be almost back to it by committee to get a little bit in here.
Looking at David Stevens specifically in warm-ups, he's a freaking house, man. That number 33 there, he was lining up. I saw him lining up a little bit of wingback, a little bit tight end, a little bit of fullback. So interested to see if they give him the ball in the short yardage situation. So saw a little bit of Aiden Adkins in warm-up, little guy, a little bit shifty, and also saw a heavy dose of Cody Atkins.
Cody Atkins has been a really surprise this year. Again, a sophomore. Him and Hayden Davis, again, young players. When you see them, they're exciting on the field. So they can take one to the house any moment. So they're going to be fun to watch. But like I said, they're just young players learning. And it looks like Lincoln County will receive the ball first. Hoover will be kicking off. Hoover and the visiting Whites, and Lincoln County and the home Blacks. And like we said again, folks, I know you couldn't make it out here tonight, but it is a beautiful setting, a beautiful night for football. Temperature, just perfect.
Picture perfect. I mean, we were looking at the planes in the sky here, letting off the smoke. I mean, this is a painting out here if you look into the sky. Temperature is perfect. Sun was out earlier. We're loving it out here, loving it. If you can't join us, glad you're joining us on the stream here.
Absolutely. We'd like to take a moment here to thank some of our sponsors. Saved by Grace Barbecue, some of the best barbecue in the country, folks. Almost Heaven Lemonade, Southern West Virginia Health Systems, health systems all over Southern West Virginia. For any of your medical and pharmacy needs, go visit those. And Thornhill Automotive. If there's a brand of vehicle you want, go see the folks at Thornhill, and they can take care of you. And if you go see those folks, thank them for all of sponsoring Lincoln County Athletics.
It looks like Aiden Hernandez of Hoover is going to tee the ball up to kick it off. You know, we learned earlier in the broadcast it was number 52 for Hoover. Get a name for you, but I think he's injured tonight, not going to be suiting up for this game. Voss Durenberger. So it looks like Aiden Hernandez will be taking the kickoff duties as well. Yeah,
wide receiver and a little you love seeing players do multiple things. I really do love that.
Absolutely. And here we go, underway. It's a beautiful kickoff. And they're going to let that one sail into the end zone. Not going to happen what happened to the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday. Not going to let that happen, but it's going to be a touchback per the rules in high school here. So we'll get started here as the Panthers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20.
It's a little scary that that's their backup. I mean, if that's your backup, I don't want to see your starter then. So here you go. You know, we talked about this. Even in high school, you're seeing a 3-man front. You know, they're running kind of a 3-5 defense, walk up some linebackers.
Jack Shull will take the helm. Looks like they're going to approach it in the I formation here, and we'll have Cody Atkins, the deep back here, with Stevens in front of him at fullback. 1st and 10. Wow. Giving up the middle, and Hoover's on that one. Going to be minimal to no gain on 1st down.
Yeah, I think the first guy I saw was Lance Williams on that, but if you noticed, they were bringing the house expecting this run play. I mean, I think for the Panthers, you're going to have to find a way to get some short, quick passes, something. If they're going to blitz the linebackers, you got to throw one over top of them.
And it almost looked like even they were trying to go hard count a little bit on 1st and 10, and it didn't really phase Hoover there.
Yep.
2nd down and 11. They'll mark it officially for a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 upcoming. Under center, Shull. Tight formation here. And looks like the hard count may have gotten to them. The home team is they'll get a false start here, backing them up. They'll end up 2nd and 16.
Yeah, we talked about it last night. Unfortunately, that's when you get called out as a lineman. When you get that, you make the great block, nobody says anything. But when you get that penalty, they call the name out.
And when we're hearing a little home field advantage from the away team here, they brought those horns, man. They're loud. Sounds like the World Cup out here. We got pistol formation now for the Panthers. Here comes Shull, pistol formation. He's out of the shotgun snap.
Wisely being patient here, making sure you get the right play.
Atkins behind him. I love the patience. There we go. Fumbled snap. He's going to fall on it, and he's going to lose another 5 on that play. And it's going to end up being a 3rd and forever coming up.
And this is what we've seen a little bit all year in Lincoln County. As you can see, the snap was a little low. And when you got a sophomore quarterback, with all this, you're out in the shadow of your own end zone. Tensions are high. You take your eye off of it. As he gets older, he'll learn that the first priority is to catch the ball. Then we can go from that. He'll start to trust his lineman a little more.
Brian, I've seen it so many times this year, early in this high school football season, Northeast Ohio. Your drive is ruined if you can't snap the football and you can't get that exchange down. It just puts you in a long situation. 3rd and forever now for the Panthers here coming up. Shull under center this time. He's going to give it to Atkins, and Atkins is going to be stopped for no gain, and they're going to be forced into a punt situation deep in their own territory.
Yeah, you can see the coaching staff was not going to take any risk here to try to throw that ball. Let's just try to get a little more room for a punter. That's all that play was trying to do, because disaster can happen real quickly right there.
Absolutely. So back deep here for the Huskies will be, try to get a number here for you. Looks like number 2.
And no Sean Hampton.
Yep, no Sean Hampton back deep for the Huskies there, punting the ball away.
Got Cody Atkins punting for the Panthers. Yeah, I think you're going to kick this from the sideline. Don't give.
Oh, and it's blocked. And that's going to roll out of the back of the, is it going to be recovered or is it going to be a touchdown? It's going to roll out of the back of the end zone for a safety. So Herbert Hoover is going to take a 2-0 lead right away here.
Trying to get who that was that came in there and blocked that. I didn't get the name. It might have been number 9. Mikhail Taylor that came in on that and blocked that one. And, yeah, as a punter, you got to realize back of the end zone, get it out quick as you can. And a quick 2, now you got to kick off to them. So with 9:30 to go here in the first, boom, already they're on the scoreboard. Got to take a moment here, a little special shout out. We got a special viewer, Miss Lisa Mellon.
Lisa Mellon
in Grove City tuned in tonight. We appreciate her tuning in, watching the ball game tonight.
Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate your support.
She's probably going to get mad at me now for that one. Probably. I'll get beat up for that.
If she gets mad, we'll keep on going with it. Exactly. Lisa, we love Lisa. She's the general manager of the Grove City Armstrong office, and she is the best. She's really doing wonders for that office. We love her.
And we appreciate the support, that she's given the local office in Hammond by watching this.
So how about that? Mitch last night, Mitch Pishker, general manager of the Ashland office. Lisa Mellon tonight, Grove City office. 2 wonderful GMs.
Yes, absolutely.
So 9:30 remaining here in the first. We're just underway here, and here it's going to be Lincoln County that's got to kick off after the safety to Herbert Hoover here.
So you almost know they're going to get pretty good field position here.
So receiving it at the 50, and he's going to return it. And a nice tackle, though, by Lincoln County. That was number 25 on the tackle. Looks like it was Eli Glenn on the tackle for Lincoln County.
Yeah, that was Blake Fisher, number 1, on the return. Scooped it up nicely and that's what you do. You just take it straight up the field in that situation, get what you can get. You know you've got great field position, so.
Not bad at all. Herbert Hoover starting on the Lincoln County side of the field at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10.
Grigsby under center. I'm from the shotgun.
Peyton Grigsby, the quarterback. And it looks like the official's going to make, looks like 0. Aiden Hernandez get off the field. Maybe an equipment issue possibly there.
Yeah, I think I saw him adjusting his face mask a little bit.
So Grigsby in the shotgun formation, 1st and 10. He's back to pass. He's going to look. He's going to throw a screen pass. Got a man, number 2. He's going to cut it upfield. He's got some room to run. He breaks a tackle. He's still running. He's down to the 15 before he's brought down.
Lance Williams on a nice little wide receiver screen and just about housed that one. Showing the speed, though. I like his, we talked about last night, a patient runner. Did you notice when he first caught it wasn't just take off upstream. It was cut upfield. Let's see what we got. Follow my blockers. And successful play.
Following his blockers. Kind of see him directed in traffic a little bit. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line, or 16 we're going to call it. Grigsby in the shotgun formation. He's got number 1, Blake Fisher, to his left side. Grigsby back to pass. Looks, fires, got a man in the end zone. It's number 3, and it's a touchdown to Sam Key.
Wow.
And Hoover strikes again. This time they extend the lead to 8-0 with the point after on the way.
Man, I'll tell you, Grigsby threw a dart. That was a frozen rope. Had great protection, waited for the linebackers to clear, and just threw a shot into Key.
Simple pitch and catch. It was like practice out there. A great route and a great throw. There you go. We're 2 plays on that drive, touchdown. So 8-0 here, and looks like Hernandez is going to come on to kick the point after. And judging by his leg on that kickoff, I don't think he should have a problem with this one.
Yeah, I don't think distance is a problem on this one. We'll check the accuracy maybe, but distance will not be a problem.
And he kicks it. This is a line drive, and he puts it right through. That's Hernandez to make it 9-0, an early lead with 8:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Herbert Hoover leads. We'll be back after this.
XP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
And welcome back again here after the quick strike by Herbert Hoover, already flexing their muscles to show you what a program they've got right there. They're going to be kicking off to the Panthers. And we talked about it earlier. If you're Lincoln County, now what are you trying to do on offense? Focus on getting some first downs. Try to get a first down, and then try to get another first down, and try to build a little bit of momentum to get a drive going.
You have to get those small wins. You can't just go for it and expect to score right away. Try to get a drive going, and try to keep your defense off the field. You got to give them a little bit of a rest, for those of you that aren't going both ways.
Yeah.
So Hernandez gets set up to kick this one off to Lincoln County. We'll see if they can get something going on this offensive possession. Kick's going to go, and it's going to go over the head of number 28 in Adkins as he and Davis were back deep. And they'll start once again, 1st and 10 on their own 20.
I'd say we talked about this last year. We have it's amazing how much high school has changed. Visiting Brook came in last year, and we saw him line up right off the bat in the first drive for a 48-yard field goal. And I was kind of like, what are they thinking? Watch the fake. He'd been good from 68. I mean, he was awesome. And now you're seeing this guy coming in as a backup kicker. I think
touted as a really good receiver. Yeah. It just happens to kick.
Yeah, it just happens to be an athlete that can do that too.
1st and 10 coming up. Same formation, everyone tight, split out wide to the far side.
Again, looks like a big pressure off the edges.
Shaw under center, and we got a false start once again. This time it looks like it's going to be on Cody Atkins, the running back. And this has just been a loud crowd, and you wonder if that's really getting to him.
I can tell you, this is the one thing for Lincoln County that you don't need. You don't need these unforced errors. Yards going to be hard to come by. You don't need to be giving them up.
The deck is already stacked against you a little bit in this contest. Let's be real here.
Yes.
You can't have turnovers and you can't have penalties. And those are the two things that's happened so far to Lincoln County. Let's see if they can correct it before it gets out of hand. 1st and 15 now. Shaw under center. Trying to get something positive here. This is going to be a give to Stevens as Stevens is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They haven't had an answer for this D-line yet.
I can tell you, I just feel that you're going to have to try. And it's got to be a quick pass, like a little dump. If you look, all the linebackers are coming. Sneak that little tight end out, just a little dump pass, a 5-yard pass is all it needs to be.
Talk to us about this passing game for Lincoln County, Brian.
I mean, and Shaw, like I said, sophomore quarterback, has grown. You can see him growing every game, getting a little better. And that's what you want to see out of a sophomore. Let's see if they do try to sneak someone out here on 2nd down.
2nd and 16 upcoming. 2 backs in the backfield. It's going to be given to, that's going to be number 7. It looks like Hayden Davis, and he's going to be brought down for a loss.
I mean, you can see the penetration of the defensive line right now. As soon as he gets the handoff, there's a guy on him right there. That was number 7, Josiah Rouse, just coming through the line, almost untouched. So for the Panthers right now, you got to find some way to just get a body on them. I've talked about it. You don't have to knock a guy down. If you just get between him and the ball carrier, that's a good block.
That's it. Just give it something so that the running back can get some momentum to get through a hole somewhere. And let's see what they're doing here. They're going to go with that pistol formation here on 3rd down. It looks like they're actually going to back up in the shotgun formation as Shaw. Got it back right next to him. Number 3 is in motion, and he's going to fake it. He's going to throw the pass to Stevens, and Stevens tried to sneak out there for a quick out, but defended very well by Hoover.
Yeah, I thought when he first took this about right now, if he throws it out maybe to Banks because he had broken the out route. But again, when we say that, when you got a young team, you got to develop that timing. We always said you hear quarterbacks throw a guy open. That's what Shoal's got to learn to develop. To throw to a spot and let your guy run to it.
You almost have to throw it before he breaks in his route. That's what the best QB wide receiver duos do. As now it's going to be a 4th and long in a punting situation for Lincoln County. And this snap gets over his head, and we have ourselves another safety as the ball bounces out of the back of the end zone. Going to extend the lead to 11-0. Herbert Hoover.
As we said, you can't shoot yourself in the foot. And that's 2 unforced errors early in this contest. Well, not counting the penalties that you just can't do in a contest like this.
And so far, if you want to count the 4th down plays, you're talking about negative 40 offensive yards, negative 40 total yards for your team. That is not going to do you well in winning football games.
No, it's not at all. And again, that's where I think right now probably the coaching staff's trying to calm them down a little bit, saying, guys, quit shooting yourselves in the foot. If they stop you, they stop you.
Yeah.
Me and my father used to talk about it all the time. Man, listen, there's no shame in losing to a better team, but you can't do it to yourself.
Right. You got to play hard. You can't come in, and it looks like so far they're coming in already defeated, and just not a good look for them right now. But we'll see if they can turn this thing around. Still 11-0. Yeah. 7:41 remaining in the first quarter. We're still early in this ball game, so let's see what they can do here, as they're going to have to play defense. And it's another squib kick past the 4-yard line. It's on, and he's going to take a knee. Is going to be number 2, Noshawn Hampton.
Yeah.
So, at least better field position if you're Liberty County or Lincoln County. I keep calling them Liberty. Call a couple Liberty games back in Youngstown. But so Lincoln County now. Let's see if they can play defense and get something positive going on that end of the field.
Yeah, got to bow up right here. Got to bow up and make just a couple stops. I can tell you, folks, Matt came down here and I told him, I said, you're coming from Youngstown, Ohio, man. This has got to be like, the old Marshall people remember the playoffs that they used to have with Youngstown, almost a rivalry because you meet the championship football crazy area down there.
Absolutely, and I was telling all the crew here, I was like, the one thing I love coming about down here is this is a complete pass. It's number 0. He's across the 50, got room to run. He's to the 30. He's to the 20. He's going all the way. It's going to be Aiden Hernandez, and that looks to be a 65-yard touchdown reception.
I tell you what, we almost thought, when I saw this play forming, I thought the DB was going to be there and almost a crushing hit. Somehow Hernandez catches it, avoids the tackle, and is off to the races, and boom, just like that, we're looking at 17-0.
So officially a 66-yard touchdown pass to Aiden Hernandez there from Peyton Grigsby, filling up the stat sheet early here, and it's 17-0.
And Peyton, I know we talked to your dad up here with us. This was a great throw. I don't care what Dad says about you. Peyton, it was a good throw.
As Hernandez, let's see if he gets that one through. They've been line drives, but they've been getting through. So it's going to be 18-0 here with 7:27 remaining in the first quarter. Herbert Hoover dominating so far. We'll be right back here at the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
And we'd like to welcome everyone back here. Again, this broadcast brought to you by Armstrong. Visit them at www.armstrongonewire.com. Ask about their Zoom Extreme, the fastest internet in the nation.
Shout out to everybody that's tuned into the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on YouTube, checking us out tonight. Got a couple friends that we know of that are checking us out. We appreciate everybody else that has joined us for this broadcast. We're talking to Peyton Brigsby's dad up here, and one observation I have is he's just acting like he's been there before. He sees a couple of nice touchdown passes so far, and you'd think any other dad I'd be going crazy, but he's just cool and calm.
Yeah, he is. We gave him a hard time. We told him, said, I know how dads are. They're going to be like, he could have done this better.
Hernandez kicks it deep, and it bounces at the 1-yard line. It was not going in the end zone, so no other choice but to pick it up as Aiden Adkins, and he's brought down at the 1.
Yeah, I think that was, again, Mikael Taylor on that stop flying down the field. And you saw when that ball kind of checked up, I'm like, this is not going to be good.
Did we jinx him earlier when we made a Caleb Johnson comparison?
Yeah, the little backspin it looked like, little golf shot. He had a little bring back on that one.
And he's number 20.
Yeah, he's number 20.
For all the Steelers fans that are joining us tonight, we hate to throw those digs, but we also love it. As it's 1st and 10, they're going to mark it at the 5-yard line for Lincoln County. I think a generous spot there, but here we go. 18-0, 7:22 remaining in the first quarter. Shaw's under center here to see if they can do something different. And once again, no different. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. That's number 9 on the carry, Cody Atkins.
Yeah, Cody really hit the hole hard that time. Just nowhere to go.
Second down upcoming for Lincoln County. one thing, continuing our conversation from last possession, I tell people a lot, I love coming down here to Hamlin, West Virginia, because they love football as much as I do, as much as the people in Youngstown, Ohio, maybe even more so.
Oh, it's football crazy state. It really is. We got second down now. 2nd and 9.
They'll give him a yard on that one. And it's going to be given up the middle. See, it looks like they gave that one to number 15.
Yep, Alex Banks.
Alex Banks on the carry. Not much going there. Bring up a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, we have to thank Tim Grady down here for our sideline camera views, as that was big number 56 for Herbert Hoover coming in. Tristan Schaefer with the big stop from that middle linebacker position. The one thing I've been impressed with Hoover's linebackers, they're pretty good-sized gentlemen, but they flow really well. They move well.
They really do. I mean, it's not easy to not allow a yard. I mean, if they've only allowed 1 yard on this drive, but the last 2 possessions that Lincoln County's had, nothing. It's been negative yardage.
It's like hitting a wall.
It really is. And we're going to get a timeout by the Panthers here with 5:58 remaining. Panthers use their first timeout. 18-0 lead by Hoover.
With
we'll
that,
be back.
Take a break.
XP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
We are back here. It's getting ready for a 3rd down here for Lincoln County. 18-0 here, 5:58 remaining in the first quarter, and Lincoln County trying to get something positive going.
I say roll your quarterback, a little rub route here on this right-hand side.
Kind of spread it out.
Even if it is a little bit of a pick play, that's okay.
Spread it out a little bit. They've been just running into a brick wall over and over again. As Shaw's back to back. Try to throw the screen, and it's going to be picked off the big guy. It's number 51 for Hoover.
Tevin Shelton from the defensive line, the big man, gets the tip pass. You can see in the replay here, Shaw trying to get that screen going, and the big man tipped it and showed little hands. Now, you know what he's going to do, don't you? He's going to go back to the receivers and go, do you see those hands? Maybe I should put me out there a little bit.
I thought you were saying he was going to do a big guy dance like John Madden used to say. Flag on the play. We'll see what we got going on. And they're going to call, I believe, unsportsmanlike conduct
on the Panthers.
I believe on the character who it was on the Panthers. It was on
the Panthers. It was on Lincoln County.
Okay. I thought we were going to get a little excessive celebration call there, but
well, as I said that, I saw one last week. I hate to say this. You do love to see the big guys get a little something like that. I mean, they're down in the trenches just battling the whole game, and they get a chance to score like that. And he really did show good concentration.
Heck yeah.
I mean, because the ball tipped up, and he tipped it, a lot of times they lose it in the air. Man, He just stayed focused on it. And
a great play by the Hoover defense there, 24-0. That extends their lead to as Hernandez comes on to add another point. 5:53 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That was, you'll love this. As the extra point is good. Number 51 for Hoover was Mighty Lopez.
Mighty Lopez. I love that name. I love that name. So Mighty Lopez
with the touchdown to extend it out to 25-0 with 5:53 to go.
We will be back here on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
XP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
back, folks. Again, a beautiful night here in Lincoln County as the sun has set it. The temperature is just perfect for football. And Hoover has just flexed a lot of their muscles. You know, I look at this, maybe he messed that up because I think they did call that personal foul, unsportsmanlike on Hoover when the big man spiked it there.
And you know what? One of our Conrads over here informed us that he did a spike on the ball, I guess, after he scored the touchdown. I didn't see it, but apparently he did a spike. So I guarantee you that's what they threw the flag on. But you know what? Why not give him the opportunity to spike that football?
The big men don't get that very often.
Exactly. So they're going to kick it off. Hernandez is going to kick it off from his own 25-yard line. It's 25-0 here. And he'll kick a little squib kick, and that's going to roll out of bounds because it's going to give Lincoln County the best field position that they've had all night.
Absolutely.
See what they can do with it. Little breathing room from the end zone.
Yeah, they've been in the shadow of their end zone every time. So now you get a little bit more room out here. Maybe open up the playbook a little bit, you know, because now you've got some room. Hey, it's 25-0. I say throw it out there and see what happens.
You know, at least we can see a little bit better because they'll be somewhat in the middle of the field now.
Yeah, absolutely.
1st and 10 upcoming for the Panthers. Huskies just been playing stingy defense so far, not allowing anything on the ground game. And you got to think, when do the Panthers start to open it up a little bit with the pass? And it seems like they're going with that tight formation that they've been going with all game thus far.
And, you know, really, you got to give Hoover a lot of credit. I mean, I know they're bringing linebackers, but it's 3 down linemen. They have 3 down linemen, and they are bringing some linebackers in the blitzes, but 3 down linemen are kind of controlling the line of scrimmage right now. And that's, if you can do that, you're going to be successful in every game you play.
Lincoln County starting with the ball here on the 50-yard line to give. And he was running out of the backfield in a hurry, but stopped once again by a brick wall of Huskies.
I see big 51 Mighty Lopez getting up there. He is a handful right now.
He's having himself a game, and that's once again the number 9. That's Cody Atkins on the carry, and stopped in his tracks. And like I said, he had some momentum coming out of the backfield too.
And that's one thing we talked about. This is where the off-season conditioning pays off. You can see that Hoover's got a good program. That 51 is not just big. He's stout, strong, can move.
Yes. These defensive linemen for Hoover, they're athletes. As direct snap taken, and it looks like he's going to be ruled down as that ball pops out. No gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that was a direct snap to Hayden Davis. Davis is an exciting freshman coming up. We're really excited about seeing his progress as he gets a little more experience. You know, just being a freshman out here playing in this. You know, he played junior high last year, and it's a different speed level, and it takes you a while to get used to that.
Oh, absolutely. Different speed level, especially when you're playing a team like this, a team that would, you know, they're playoff contenders.
Yes, absolutely. Like we told people when we came in here, this is a team that has aspirations to be going to Charleston to win that state championship.
Absolutely. Shotgun formation, Shull. Got it back to his left side. Man in motion. 3rd down and 10. And he's going to give it up the middle, and once again, he's going to be stopped for a loss.
Running into a wall, a brick wall up there is that front for this defense for Hoover.
And I don't know if it's just that they aren't really confident passing the ball, but at some point you got to change it up here. You got maybe try to run outside. They just keep trying to go up the middle at that stout D line.
Yeah, and there's just nothing there.
As Lincoln County lines up to punt the ball. Back deep for Hoover will be Noshawn Hampton.
And we've already seen his speed. We know what he can do if he gets his hands on the ball.
So a decent punt. Looks like it's going to drop. Hampton wants none of it as it's going to stop. Going to roll to about towards the 15-yard line, mark it down at the 16. And that's where Herbert Hoover is going to take over their next possession.
And now, if you're Hoover, you know, you got to think they got a long season to go. You're probably going to see them work on some things and do some things because they know they're going to need this later on in the season.
You know, 25-0 here, 3:41 to go in the first quarter, and you're already kind of seeing where this game's headed unless, you know, Lincoln County miraculously turns this thing around. But, you know, an opportunity for, you mentioned it, there's freshmen on the field for Lincoln County, an opportunity for young guys to get some experience here.
Absolutely.
So we have 1st and 10 for the Huskies. Grigsby throws the long screen, and it's going to be covered pretty well. Minimum gain of about 3.
I think that was number 3 for Lincoln County tight. T.J. Ritchie coming up on the stop there.
Noshawn Hampton on the reception there. And, man, that ball for a screen, he threw that ball about 35 yards.
Yeah. Again, Grigsby showing, he's got an arm on him because that was a tough throw to the outside.
Yeah, you usually throw that screen to the boundary side. Grigsby back to pass here on 2nd and 7. He throws it deep. He's got him in. Oh, it was caught. I believe it was caught. They are going to call it a catch. What a catch by Noshawn Hampton.
Check the replay out of this one. A little acrobatic juggling catch. Again, great protection up front. Man. And a little one-handed off the helmet and shows great concentration to come down with it. A little
combination of Odell Beckham and the helmet catch. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Here come the Huskies again, throwing it outside. It's caught. That's number 8. Makes a nice cut on the inside, but couldn't quite keep his footing, and he's brought down at about the 44-yard line.
Got brought down by number 9, Cody. I think it was Cody Atkins and Alex Banks.
Dalton Myers on the reception. 2nd and 2 upcoming.
I have been really impressed with Grigsby at QB. I mean, he's got a good presence in the pocket. He reads the defense well, finds his open receiver.
Grigsby 2nd and 2. He's going to give it to number 1 this time. Patient running, cuts it to the outside. Man, is he exploding, and he might be gone. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. It's a touchdown. He doesn't avoid contact at all. And what a run by number 1, Blake Fisher, who welcomed the contact as he got into the end zone for a touchdown. 31-0 Huskies.
Yeah, and like you said, I love the patience as he went through the middle, made the one cut, and then turned on the Jets. And here at the end, I'm going to deliver the blow. That's old school football right there.
That's a man's game right there.
Yes, it is. And we knew Blake Fisher coming in. You know, he's been phenomenal this year so far. We knew he's probably one of the player of the year candidates. That's how good he is. And I hate to say this right now, I'm anxious to see the team that can beat this.
Man, he looked like Christian McCaffrey coming out of the backfield. Patient running, made one cut, and he was gone as Hernandez lines up for the point after. Puts it up and through. That was a beautiful kick. And, man, look at the distance on that kick. This Hernandez kid can kick. It's an extra point made, and it's 32-0. Huskies will be back after this.
XP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
And we're back, folks. Again, Hoover has exploded out to a 32-0 lead here still in the first quarter. 2:34 to go. And we talked about this. Listen, I think for the coach staff in Lincoln County now, the game's out of hand. Open it up. Let's try some things that you may need to do later on the season. This is short. We got a lot of games left. So open up the game plan here a little bit. Try some different things. Maybe one of them works.
I mean, 0-2. At this point, it's week 4. You're not worried about who's going to be watching film on you in the future either. Try some of the plays you've been keeping in your back pocket. See if you can get something to get these kids excited about. Yeah. As a nice return, he breaks a tackle, he kites it to the outside. We see a flag throw, but he's to the 45, and he keeps going. He's on his feet, and he's brought down to the 40-yard line of the Huskies. What a return there. It's the freshman, I believe, Hayden Davis.
Hayden Davis, like I said, a little bit of excitement out of this kid. He's got a potential here as a freshman. Shows a little bit of jukes there, a little bit of moves.
Hate to be biased, but for Lincoln County's sake, I would love for this to be called on the Huskies just for something positive to happen for Lincoln County. We are going to get a block in the back call that's going to negate the big return. So the one positive thing that's happened so far for the Panthers, a block in the back is going to bring this one back to, I think about the 23 is where they're going to mark it.
Oh, what a costly penalty. Like you said, you finally have something good happen, a lot of momentum, and I guarantee you, if you watch that film, the block was probably never, most of the time on these kickoffs like that, it's never in the play. You didn't need to do it.
It's one of those instinctive blocks that you're like, I'm right there, but my body's just going to do it even though my mind's... What are we... Oh, they're going to decline the penalty. A classy move there by the Huskies.
Very classy move.
I can't say that I've seen that before, and I love that move by the coach of the Huskies.
I do too. I love that.
And so we're not even going to talk about that penalty anymore, but what we are going to talk about is Hayden Davis and the return. You were raving about him being a freshman and a real upcoming star here. He just showed it.
Yeah, he just showed it. That's the potential. You just want to see him keep working in the offseason, keep working, keep growing. A lot of potential.
Well, let's see if the Panthers can get something going here. Shull in the pistol formation. He's got Stevens in motion to the left side. And they're going to give it to the back, and he's going to be gang tackled for minimal to no gain there. Maybe a loss of 1 there on first down.
I'm going to go on a limb here and say they're going to struggle running up the middle.
Yeah.
It's a observation.
Just I think that's a good guess. I really do.
I do think it's a pretty good guess.
Here's my hot take. I had a couple hot takes last night. I'm going to give you one. Let's toss the ball outside to Hayden Davis. Maybe I'm just recency bias. I'm excited about the return he just had, but let's get the ball to the outside. 2nd down and 11 here coming up, and I think it's Davis in the backfield. He's the deep guy. Stevens in front of him. Shaw's under center. 2nd and 11. 1:39 remaining in the first quarter. They're gonna give it up the middle. They're gonna try to. It's fumbled, and it looks like Herbert Hoover is on top of it. It's a turnover via the fumble. Hayden Davis.
But guess who recovered the fumble?
Is it that mighty guy?
Mighty is being mighty tonight.
Man. Have
That's
yourself
the big
a
man,
night, kid.
number 51. Mighty Lopez.
At this point, he's going to be Mr. West Virginia.
Yeah, he is. I mean, you think about this. He's got an interception return for a touchdown, numerous stops, now a fumble recovered.
Yep. I want to see his TFLs when you look back at the film.
Exactly.
1st and 10, 1:32 still on the clock as Grigsby takes over and goes back to work. You know he's going to be looking for his boy Hernandez again at some point here as Hernandez shifts into the slot. That was Dalton Myers that comes to the outside receiver. Grigsby back to pass. Looks, he fires, and he's got his man throwing the screen. He's up the middle. And, man, he's taken off. He's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that's going to be Dalton Myers, who just shifted to the outside receiver and caught the screen.
I'll tell you what, you're going to be so impressive when you watch this on replay. It's not the catch, but look at these linemen coming downfield.
Yes.
Hustling downfield, trying to throw blocks. Man, I love to see that.
Man, and what a block on the inside there by his, I believe that was number 20 on the block, the back. Devin Silvas, give him some credit there as well. 1st and 10. There's Grigsby back to pass. He's going to throw it. He's got Hernandez. Hernandez almost made that play. And it's going to be incomplete in 2nd and 10.
Is that his first incompletion?
I think that is his first incompletion.
His first incompletion.
That's why I was a little bit taken back by it.
Dad's up here probably going to critique him on that one. Dad's probably saying, you threw it a little bit to the outside shoulder. Come on.
Grigsby back to pass on 2nd and 10. He's rolling out near side, and he looks like he's going to ride it himself. Got some wheels himself, and he's brought down at about the 32. And going to bring up a 3rd and about 3.
Yeah, nice job by Alex Banks, but you're right. You know, just showing he can do more than just throw it.
Yeah.
Nothing open. He read the defense, decided to kick it to the outside. Pick up what you can get. That's
a nice open field tackle there by the Panthers. I didn't catch the number on it.
Yeah, Alex Banks, number 15.
Banks, what a play there.
Yeah, Alex is a pretty good player on the defensive side there. Heady kid, works out a lot, and you can tell it shows.
Blake Fisher checking back in the game at the running back. He's to the right side of Grigsby, who's in the shotgun formation. 3rd and 3 coming up here. Grigsby back to pass. He's going to throw the outside pattern. It's caught, and he makes a move to the inside. He's across the 30, across the 25, and brought down by his jersey. We see 2 flags. You almost wonder, was there a hold or a horse collar there?
I think they're going to call the horse collar. That's a tough one because to me, I thought he had the jersey.
Yeah.
We'll see on the replay here if he does get it.
He got the jersey.
Yeah, I think I would. I think they just missed that call. But, you know, again, this time the Panthers actually had some pressure. Actually called blocking the back on that. Okay.
So,
but Grigsby that time had a little bit of pressure. Panthers brought some linebackers from the outside. He does a nice job of standing tall, knowing he might take a shot, and threw a great ball to the outside.
Big break there for the Panthers there. It's a block in the back. I believe it's going to still make it a 3rd and 3 after the fact. 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We got it, and the clock's going to run down. They might just let this run down. So
yeah, I think they're just going to wait it out.
We're going to finally get to the end of the first quarter here. We've got a score of Hoover 32, Lincoln County nothing here.
Oh, they did
and actually,
right
Grigsby, he's going to look, he's going to fire, he's going to throw it deep, and we're going to get a pass interference potentially. No, they're going to call it incidental contact. Going to bring up, we're going to start the second quarter, 4th and 3 for Herbert Hoover, up 32-0.
So at the end of the quarter, we'll take just a quick break and come back with the second quarter action.
XP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings.
And we are back here with the start of the second quarter. 32-0 Herbert Hoover here. And it's been a rout so far. But a big
4th and 3 here.
Big 4th and 3 coming up. Let's see if Lincoln County can make a stand. Grigsby, the shotgun formation. He's got Fisher to his right side. They're going to give it to Fisher. Fisher explodes out of the backfield, breaks the tackle, still going, and man, this kid can run the football.
We said it again last night. You can tell he runs. He has that angry running ability. Like, I don't want to be tackled. You're not going to. I'm going to fight for every yard I can get.
He does. He keeps his feet moving too. And it's a 1st and 10 here at the 23-yard line, going in deep into Panther territory. Grigsby in the shotgun formation. He's back to pass. He's going to throw it to him. Man, he's got a screenplay, and it's Hampton. Hampton's going to cut it inside and cut it all the way across the field. It looks like he's just going to take it easy, walk his way into the end zone for a touchdown, going to extend the lead 38-0.
And you know, who's that number 2? Is that Hampton on the reception?
Yep, no Sean Hampton.
Watch the replay here. I know no Sean's going to get all the credit, but I see number 1 down there making a block. I see number 51 down there making a block. And when you get those linemen downfield, that's how you get these big plays.
Boy, no Sean got to the 5, and he was just like, all right, I'm good.
And it was so funny, when he caught the ball and cut back, it's like he knew where my blockers would be coming from, and he just follows behind that wave coming through.
He knew I have to get to the other sideline, essentially, and I'm free for a touchdown here as Hernandez lines up for another extra point here. 11:28 remaining here in the half. Hernandez puts it up and through. 39-0. Huskies dominating here early in the second quarter.
And we will, like again, I'll just remind folks, we like to thank some of our sponsors: Southern West Virginia Health Systems, Saved by Grace Barbecue, the Thornhill Automotive. Again, folks, you go shop with those folks. Tell them we appreciate all they do for. We don't do stuff like this without folks like that. You know, and it takes a community to do that, to make these videos possible, and we appreciate them so much. And again, the folks at Armstrong who have been doing this for quite a few years, as I said, you know, earlier, the only local internet provider. You know, we hire employees from this area. You know, we tell people all the time, you're not just a number to us, you're an actual family member. Our customers are important, and we really do care about them.
You know, number one, customer service. We are in your community. Not only do we do this thing during business hours, but after hours, we're in your community, caring for your community. That's what I love about working for Armstrong. And, you know, speaking of Armstrong, just want to give a shout out to our crew with us here. We could not do this. We could not have the privilege of calling these games without the setup that these guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. A big shout out to Seth Stowers, Tim Graley, Shannon Chafin, and Levi Trilikowski. I mean, you know, these guys were doing installs today, and now they're out here doing this tonight because they love the community, love the kids.
Absolutely.
And just want to help in any way we can.
Yep. As Hernandez gets ready to tee it up and kick it off to Lincoln County. We'll see if Lincoln County can maybe try something different on offense here coming up, down 39-0.
Let's see if maybe they can kick this one to Davis. See if we get a little bit of excitement, maybe get another big return.
So this one, Davis, it's actually going to go to the other guy.
I think it's Aiden Atkins.
Atkins runs into a wall of Huskies and brought down. We're going to get flag on the play. It looked maybe a face mask there.
It could be. And then, I will say this, it shows you a lot when you got Aiden Atkins and Hayden Davis return guys, both freshmen.
Yes.
Again, I used to quote that. You remember the great golfer Bobby Jones? He always said, I never learned anything from a tournament I ever won.
Yep.
And it's so true in sports and life, like you said earlier. You can go back and review this tape and say, okay, where can we get a little better? Where could I make this block? Where could I change this? But again, we'll say it again. I tell people, football's not won in August, September, October, November. It's won in January, February, March, April, May, June, July. That off-season conditioning workout program.
Absolutely. And with such a young team, you nailed it. The adversity is how you grow, and they're just going to need to grow here the rest of this year, the rest of this game, the rest of this year, and potentially next year as well.
Yeah.
As they have a young team.
Like I said, it's the process. Trust the process.
First and 10, Shull, and looks like he's going to give it up the middle. And at this point, I'm just not understanding what value you're getting out of, keeping on handing it up the middle.
Yeah, that one was to big man David Stevens. Did he pick up one? Maybe nothing on that?
You'd like to see a little QB rollout to give you the option. Can he run it? Can he just pop it over to his receiver? Maybe a little read option play, something.
Yeah.
Screen pass.
It was so interesting for me a couple years ago, being an old school football player, and remember the old wishbone, you read the defensive end. On these RPOs they run now, they were talking about reading the outside linebacker. I'm like, what? And they said, well, if the linebacker collapses, there's going to be a receiver behind him. Mm-hmm. That's when you pull it out and throw it. If he stays back, then you hand it off. And it was so interesting to see how the game's developed and morphed over the years.
It really has. And that read option, gosh, it's been around for a while now, and it was probably like early 2010s, late 2000s that it really, started to build momentum.
Well, we talked about it, I'll go back to Sam Weish, an old coach, even Rich Rodriguez. I had the pleasure at Concord to play him when Rich Rodriguez just started at little small Glenville College in West Virginia. And he's run this offense, and, they talked about his spread out, run the ball offense, where it came from. He goes, we were just trying to way to get a first down. We were trying to find a way to get a first down.
That's it.
And from that, developed the offense you saw in these early 2000s that with Pat White and Notre Dame was so explosive. And now you see all these teams now. We joked about the other day about the SEC. Yep. Used to be this whole ground and pound football. Now it's wide open. And the Buckeyes, oh my goodness, when Obermeyer came there, he brought this spread explosive offense, and it's been a track meet ever since.
And before Obermeyer, you had Jim Tressel. Love Jim Tressel. Very conservative though. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Whatever I can do to get that first down or get field position. That's Jim Tressel's game. But Urban Meyer really changed the game there at Ohio State.
Who's Ohio State got this weekend? Because it's really funny. We look at their schedule and said that you see this collision coming between them and Penn State.
Yeah.
Penn State got a really good team this year. This could be the year. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll have to look at that. I didn't look at the schedule, see who they had. They've had a couple of easy ones the last couple of weeks. As Shull throws it, and there we go. It's Stevens, the big guy, lining up at tight end. And it's a nice gain. A first really big positive play on offense for the Panthers.
As I said, nice call here.
We called it, partner.
Does a nice job. Took a shot, but I like how stay in the pocket, stay in here. I see my receiver, wait till he clears, fire it, and bingo. At about 15 yards off that.
Open it up.
Yep.
That run's been lulling them to sleep, but you've lulled them to sleep for 39 points now.
Yeah, it's time to open it up.
A big first down for Lincoln County. Shaw now with two backs in the backfield, and they're back to hand it off up the middle. And it's going to be a no-gainer on first down once again. Just
a white wall of this Husky defense. And you know what I told you? You don't see individuals. It's a swarm. And you love to see it out of a defense when not one guy's making a tackle, when you got 4 guys. That tells you that your defense is swarming the football.
Yes. Swarm is, it's a word that we tossed around at YSU, our defense. Swarm and punish was such a big phrase that our coach ingrained in us. And it really makes sense. Everybody to the ball, no matter what happens. 2nd down and 11 here. Shaw, he's going to throw it again. He's got a man. It's number 15. It's a positive gain. Not a lot, but we'll take a positive gain at this point. And that's going to be number
15, Alex Banks.
Alex Banks on the reception.
And you're good. Like I said, with a 5-yard gain.
3rd manageable.
Yeah, 3rd and manageable now. Rather than 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, now you're looking at 3rd and 6 or 7.
And the first 2 possessions of the games, we saw the Panthers, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20. That next thing you know, they're punting from their own end zone, and that's how they got the 2 safeties.
Yep.
So we got 3rd and about 5 upcoming, maybe 6 for the Panthers here. Pistol formation for Shaw. Got it back behind him. Shifts to his right side. Shaw going to give it up the middle, and he's going to get a few yards, get to the 40. So now it's, let's see if they go for it here. It'll be 4th and 3 from their own 40, but at this point, house money, you might as well just do it.
I say, and I hate to say this, those pass plays, that's probably the longest run the Panthers have had, maybe caused by some of these, backing these linebackers up a little bit, saying, yes, I got to pay attention to this guy.
Yes.
I don't want anybody to get behind me, so you slow down just that half second.
If he continues to call those pass plays, it's going to keep them honest on that run. They don't have to constantly load the box at that point now. 4th down for Lincoln County here. Shaw in the pistol formation. Gets the snap, he's back to pass. He's going to look, he's going to roll out far side. And he doesn't see much, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. Hoover's going to take over at the Lincoln County 40.
Yeah, with 8:25 to go. But again, a better drive. You saw something right there. Some decent blocking. Again, Shaw tried to get it out. Maybe should have tried to fire one. It would have been a tough throw to Alex there. But at this point, I'd say, you know what? But again, I like he's a heady kid. I know Jack for years. Such a smart individual, a great kid.
And we'll see if next possession, maybe they try to throw it to Stevens some more.
Yep.
Because clearly he's got some hands for a big guy.
Now we'll see what Grigsby can do.
1st and 10 from officially the Panther 39-yard line. Grigsby back to pass. He looks. He's going to fire downfield, and just out of the reach of the intended receiver, number 3, Sam Key.
I thought Key was going to come down there for a minute, and that would have been a heck of a catch.
We've been so spoiled with seeing these one-handed circus catches
you almost
tonight.
thought it. You expected him to come down with it.
Yes, it was almost a given, but now it's going to be 2nd and 10 here coming up.
And when you see that play, you may think, but if you look, the free safety coming over, Grigsby probably threw it to this outside shoulder because he saw the free safety coming over, which is a good play.
2nd and 10, Grigsby gets the snap. He's back to pass, looking for a man, and it's going to be out of the reach of the intended receiver, number 6, Lance Williams.
That time I said the offensive line did a great job. The Panthers brought some of the blitzes. I will say this from the Panthers, what you're going to learn from your young defense that time. The guy coming off the corner kind of went inside. Man, use your speed. Use your speed. Come off the outside. Try to beat that guy to that spot where the quarterback's going to be.
And we got 3rd and long upcoming here for the Huskies, and what's so dangerous about them is they're just as good at the run as they are the pass. As Peyton Grigsby looks, and he's going to take it himself up the middle. He's got room to run. There is a flag on the play. Peyton Grigsby beating the defensive back, and he is in the house.
Tiptoeing the sideline.
But with a flag on the play, we'll see what happens. Peyton Grigsby, right now, a 39-yard touchdown, but we'll check the call.
And again, when we talk this presence, this feel for the quarterback position, he did a nice job stepping up in the pocket. And once he got up there and knew that there's nothing, he saw that nobody there, I'm going to take it and go.
Quick decision, great decision, athletic play, but the penalty is going to bring it back to the 49-yard line, and it's going to be a 3rd and long. So negate the touchdown, take that one off the board. Lincoln County with an opportunity to steal back some field position here.
Yeah, 3rd down. And really, Again, we said, you don't have to get the first down here. You can just get half of it back and still make it 4th and manageable.
Grigsby back to pass. He's going to look. He's going to fire downfield, and he's got a man wide open, and they connect. It's number 6, and can he get him before the touchdown? He does. He gets him down at the 1-yard line. That's number 6, Lance Williams, on the reception.
That was, he got number 29, Trey Whittington, again, a sophomore DB back here. If you watch, they go back and watch a little bit of this, he got caught peeking just for that split second in the backfield, which allowed him. He had pretty good coverage off the line, but you saw him kind of look back in the backfield. Too late then. He's gone.
7:51 remaining here in the half. He give it to number 20, and he's going to walk in for a touchdown. That's going to be Devin Silvas for the touchdown. It's going to extend the lead, 45-0 Huskies.
Again, great blocking up front. I keep saying it again, the line for Hoover does a massive job creating those big, even, and I will say this, they're just sealing the guys. They're not necessarily, they're just moving them enough. There's a hole right there. It's all you need.
An underrated thing I think about Hoover is how they responded to the long touchdown called back by the penalty, as the point after attempt is good, 46-0 Huskies. They responded just completing a deep pass.
Yeah.
49 yards just about, and then following it up with one yard touchdown run.
Yeah, it comes back and just goes, okay, it's a number to us.
Yeah.
We used to talk about that in offenses. There's some offenses, Lincoln County has this, trying to get a first down. For Hoover, as explosive they are, it's just more the down. It's not the distance.
Yep.
It's just a number to them. 10 yards, 15 yards, 7 yards. It's just a number.
And they're confident that they can get it. And I feel like it's not just because of the team that they're playing. They just carry this confidence about them. You saw it in warm-ups. They know they can get the first down no matter if they're 20 yards away, 10 yards away. Throwing it, running it.
I'll say one thing. To the AAA teams out here in West Virginia, Hoover's going to have to be dealt with.
I'm interested to follow them the rest of the way.
Yeah, come November, they're going to be a team that you're going to have to deal with to get to Charleston.
It's Aiden Hernandez. He's been a busy guy tonight.
Yeah, he has.
He's got a lot of fantasy points kicking the ball. He's got some touchdown points.
Yeah, I'd like to have him on my fantasy team.
Great.
I'd like to have him on my fantasy team.
As well as Peyton Grigsby, I'll tell you that. Putting up a lot of yards. Hernandez with a leg, he boots it, and this time it's going to be 20 once again. It's Atkins. He's going to bring it up past the 25, and he gets leveled at the 25.
Big hit coming in there.
I'm telling you.
But you know what I love? I told someone, I love to see a returner. Sometimes you see these returners get the ball and want to dance a little bit. You can see what he did. North-south, that's how you break big runs, is you plant the foot once and go upfield and get what you can get, and sometimes you squirt through.
That's the way they teach it. That's what, just pick a lane and go instead of just, when you dance around, that's how you end up getting negative yards. So they'll start at the 27-yard line in their own territory, 7:40 remaining here in the first half.
Again, I say fake that run, start throwing out here a little bit.
Shaw in the pistol formation, turns to his shotgun as he's got it back to his left side. He's got some receivers split out this time, so they're spread out a little bit more than they've been. Shaw back to pass. Looks, he's going to throw the slant. Got a man. It's number 3. It was incomplete in his hands for a split second.
Yeah, intended for T.J. Ritchie. A nice route, nice throw, just lost control of it.
Bring up 2nd and 10 coming up, 7:38 remaining here in the half.
And just off his hands, just lost control, lost concentration.
Nice throw there by Shaw. Had about 3 defenders around him.
And that's what we've been talking about. You can see him growing in confidence. As a sophomore quarterback, your first year starting, he doesn't get down on himself, which you love to see that. And realize it's a process.
2nd and 10. Shaw back to pass. Gonna look. I love how much they're throwing the ball right now. Throw it to Stevens. It's off his hands for an incomplete pass. Still, I like the play call. Let's open it up. Let's get him throwing the ball a little bit.
Yeah, get something outside. And Shaw, again, under some heavy pressure that time. I think that was number 11. Chris Miller coming in off the edge there. Again, just off the hands. Not a bad ball. You know what they always say, the receivers, if it touches your hands, you should catch it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what quarterbacks say. Now, receivers may say a different thing, but that's what quarterbacks say.
Defensive backs never say that. 3rd down and 10 here. Shaw back to pass. He's going to throw it. He's got a man, and it's off his hands, or a hand, I should say, intended for number 15, Alex Banks.
Yeah, good pickup that time on the blitz by the running back, who did a nice job picking up the defender, and again, not a terrible throw, just didn't come away with it. But like you said, I like that.
Yeah, not a terrible possession there for the Panthers. You know, I like that they changed up what they were doing. Instead of just running it into a brick wall over and over again, let's try some passing plays, because you know what, let's be real, it's 46-0. Don't look at the scoreboard at this point. Look at it. Have fun, play football, and get some experience out of it. As this snap goes way over his head, and he's going to get a kickoff. Let's see where it rolls to. Don't touch it, anybody. Yeah. It gets to the 42-yard line, and that's where the Huskies will take over in Panther territory.
Yeah, pretty athletic play for the punter, just to go back there and get it and get something off.
Yeah, I believe, was that Cody Atkins?
I think it was Cody again.
Yeah. Just did a great job to avoid another catastrophe. They've already had a couple of those on special teams, and 41-yard line sounds a lot better than the 1-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, we always talk about, your coach talk about 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams.
Special
teams can win and lose ball games.
That is 100% correct. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Peyton Grigsby got a man in motion, jet sweep action. He hands it off. It's to the 40. He cuts it off. What a shifty back he is. That's number 8, Dalton Myers, a receiver.
And I tell you what, for the Panthers, we talked about it. If you look out here on the far end, the cornerback trying to fight off the blocker. That was number 29. Trey Wington. Sophomore, he's going to learn. You got to turn it back up. We talked about that last night. Your job now is to contain. Keep
it inside. It's the gold rule of being a defensive back, a corner nonetheless. As we have 6:41 remaining here in the first half. Grigsby gets the play call. 2nd and 2 coming up, and he's going to give it to Fisher. Fisher explodes up the middle. He cuts to the outside, got one man to beat, and he hops over. He's still on his feet. He's down, finally brought down. They're swarming to the ball with the Panthers. I'll give him credit, but he's brought down to 15.
Man, what the center of gravity to keep his feet on that hit. I thought for sure if you look, and he explodes up here, little high step, takes that first contact here, and I thought he's down. Nope. Keep those legs turning.
And once again, I'll give the Panthers credit for kind of all running to the ball on that play, because easily he could have had one man to beat and just dodged it, gotten for a touchdown, but he had teammates help with him on defense.
Oh, yeah.
Another jet sweep toss. Number 6, he's up the middle, and he's going to be brought down about the 8-yard line. So inside the 10 here for the Huskies.
Yeah, looks like number 3, T.J. Ritchie on that tackle. And nice tackle that time.
So number 6, Lance Williams on the carry. 5:52 remaining here in the first half. Grigsby in the shotgun formation, trying to get the Panthers a jump. And did I see some movement on the offensive line potentially?
They may have. I think they may have. We'll see. Offside on the defense. Okay.
They will call offsides. That should get them a first down, I believe.
I think you're right. It's going to be close. They're still caught 2nd down, and we'll call it half a yard.
Advantage for the Huskies. They're getting extra down here. Basically, half a yard for the first down, and then they'll have goal to go.
I think you might see some Blake Fisher here.
Yes, agreed. Grigsby back to pass. He's going to throw it. He's going to throw it to the end zone outside and through the hands of Noshawn Hampton, who's been a sure-handed receiver thus far.
Yeah, I think that got on him a little too quick. Man, it was a bullet he threw.
It was a bullet. And third down, and now we might see some Blake Fisher action.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Again, beautiful ball coming right at you, and he let it get into his body. And, I used to have my college coach tell me that all the time. Hands. Use your hands. And they were right.
Grigsby set up in the gun. 5:38 remaining here in the first half. Man in motion, jet sweep action, and he's going to get around the corner, and he's going to walk in untouched for the touchdown. That's going to be Lance Williams for a touchdown for the Huskies. Going to extend the lead now to 52. 2-0 over the Panthers.
That is just speed to burn. See, just a simple little pitch out, and after that, it's just turn on the jets.
Absolutely. Not much blocking needed on that one. But
we always used to say that word, speed kills. That is so true.
Absolutely.
I got to take a moment here to give a little shout-out to my nephew down in South Carolina. Played again this week, a little 7th grader playing quarterback at Gaffney. He had a pretty good game. 4 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing touchdown, 2 2-point conversions, and actually had a touchdown pass called back. So, Tristan, great job. We're proud of you, bud.
Heck yeah. That's a heck of a day right there. Any offers yet?
Yeah, as a 7th grader, you never know. Down there, it's down south, they do take their football seriously. So, listen, he's his harshest critic. I love the little kid, but he's his harshest critic. We got to kind of talk him up a little bit, like that was okay. It was still, if he throws an incomplete pass, he's like, I'm the worst quarterback ever.
We loved. I love that out of a young guy. We talked to our coworker Johnny Chin. His son playing in that junior high football game a couple of nights ago, and played a great game. But went home, they lost the game, and his team lost because of that. He goes home and he's not even talking.
Yeah. Johnny said he would talk to me all night. He said, I'm trying to, and he did. Let me say, Jackson Chin, gosh, so much potential in that kid because he is a beast.
Yes.
At Sims Valley, we're going to try to maybe go back there again later on this year and film another game for them folks down there because, wow.
Absolutely. Armstrong Neighborhood Channel all over it. These guys are all over junior high games, high school games. You guys put on a first-class presentation. I love being a part of it.
Oh, we're so happy to have you down here. I can tell you folks, when Matt told us I'd like to come down here, we were loving it. We did the game last night because I didn't know we were going to go from the game last night. He goes, I want to do that one. And you came and did this one tonight, and we appreciate it so much.
I appreciate you guys for having me. Stepping in for, big shoes to fill, stepping in for your dad tonight and yesterday. Sir, I appreciate you. Let me step in your shoes.
Now his head's going to be so big. I'm going to put it in the back of the truck on the way home now.
Brian's dad right next to us here at the table. Like I said, hats off to you, sir.
Big kickoff again. This time Davis gets it. Let's see if he can make something happen here.
Holds on to it. Bobbles a little bit. Shifty guy. Brought down at about the 28-yard line. 5:25 remaining here in the half.
I will say this, a big shout out to last night, both teams. We would have filmed the Guyan Valley Hamlin middle school game. 2 overtimes, such a hard-fought game. I mean, it was really so much fun to watch that.
That was a heck of a game. That's why I decided to stay another night. I'm like, man, I was so juiced up from that game.
Well, that was one of those games I told somebody, I said, you didn't want it to end. You just want to see it keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going.
We weren't rooting for a team. We were just...
Yeah, we were enjoying football.
Yeah. Talk about, shift of momentum in a middle school game nonetheless.
Oh, yeah, it was unreal.
First down here for Lincoln County. Shaw going to hand the ball off. Finds a little gap, but it closes quickly, and let's get a number on that one.
Banks on the carry. Alex Banks.
Number 15 there, Alex Banks.
Like you said, at first off, we got a good view of it. There was a hole there, but then there's that pursuit, that speed that Hoover comes right back and closes up quickly. That was number 4 for Hoover. Again, McKeel Taylor, I've called his name a few times tonight. He's played a great defensive game, number 4 is. From that outside linebacker.
And when I look at that defense, I said it earlier in the game, I see athletes. I don't see big linemen. I see big athletic human beings down there.
Yes.
And they're quick. Shaw, he rolls out. He's got some room. He's got the man as he throws it to number 3. Stiff arm, breaks a tackle. He's to the 40, and man, if he breaks one more tackle, he might be gone. Let's see who that is.
Ritchie on that reception. Ritchie did a nice job. Again, Shaw read it nicely, gave him the ball in a good position where he can make a run. He breaks a tackle. And like you said, it was close to taking that one to the house.
Ritchie with a really nice play, and it looks like they're tending to him on the sideline. So we'll kind of let them handle that over there. And talking more about that game last night, Brian, it was Guyan Valley that was kind of dominating the first half, and then Hamlin their coach made some really good adjustments, saw something in the trap game, and they dominated the second half. Then we go to overtime. Both teams are dominating. I mean, both teams it was a shootout that we had not seen in the game thus far, and it just, what was the final?
I told people, I said, when you watch that game, especially in the overtime, 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15, they throw a toss sweep to Jordan Atkins. We thought a couple times he was down, and somehow he just goes through the line, gets a touchdown.
Yep.
Hamlin comes back. They need a 2-point conversion. We think Wyatt Zelker stopped. Somehow he breaks 2 or 3 tackles.
Oh
it was just like individual efforts.
We were disappointed on the play call, and then all of a sudden here he is cutting to the outside as it's first down, and the ball is given to number 15, once again, Alex Banks, for minimal gain, probably nothing there.
Yeah, tough sledding. Again, up front, it's just, like you said, I give Hoover a lot of credit. You can tell their off-season conditioning, their workout programs, because they're athletic big men.
So it'll be 2nd and 10, 4:07 remaining here in the half. See if they can maybe...
I say go back to that rollout pass again.
Yeah.
Roll it out again, give him, like you said, a chance to throw it or run it.
Well, look who's out wide here. We got our big man Stevens out to the field side. Shaw in the pistol, or actually that's Davis. He's going to get the direct snap, and man, Hoover was all over that. He had about 5 guys on him.
Yeah, I think he kind of fumbled the snap a little bit on the take, and then after that it was like, okay, what do we do now? Try to make something out of nothing.
I don't know that it even would have mattered at that point. They were on him in a second.
Yes.
So 3rd down and 15 upcoming for the Panthers.
Yeah, the first guy, number 88, was Aiden Dean, that just came through like a bullet. Not where you want to be for Lincoln County here. 3rd and 15 is not the downs and distance you want.
Nope, not at all. And they're back to that tight formation, so it looks like you almost wonder if they're just going to run it here to kind of get by, and they'll hand it to the outside. And once again, tough sledding there, as you said, for Cody Adkins. Not much going.
He made the one-man miss, but then there comes the second one. Flying in there.
2:45 remaining here in the half. It looks like Panthers are going to bring on their punt team, and we'll see if Hoover wants to end up doing something here, try to punch another one in before the half. 53-0 here. Huskies in control.
And here right now, for Cody Adkins, you're like, okay, just get the snap to me.
Yeah.
Because he's had 2 rough ones here. Get it back to me. Let me see what I can do with my leg.
Seeing Hoover jump up and down, almost like they're looking to block this thing. You got guys out there. Just because they're up 53-0, you got the high school kids wanting touchdowns. But a nice snap, nice punt, and it's going to be received by number 5. Cuts to the outside across the 40, and not much else going on. A big tackle there as T.J. Ritchie lays it on number 5. Don't have a name on the roster for number 5.
But that was a great open field tackle. I mean, and it's tough to do. Like I said, one-on-one, it seems easy. It is tough on open field. You got to focus and just try to get them down. He does a nice job. Richie does.
Looked like on that hit, Richie was taking out some aggression for sure. A lot of frustration when you're down 53-0, rightfully so. 1:54 remaining in the first half here. We'll see what Hoover decides to do. As Peyton Grigsby still in the game. He's in the shotgun formation. And he's just going to hand it to his Conrad, number 4 here. Cuts it up the middle, then cuts it outside. He's across the 50 to the 45, to the 40, now to the 35, and he's brought out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. I think, is that number 4, Mikkel Taylor?
Again, we've called his name on defense a few times tonight. Now showing a little bit of offense. Talk about it again. I love the running back that does right there, that stiff arm. There for a few years we were watching this, and it's like running backs quit using it, like they weren't doing it. Then all of a sudden everybody starts watching Derrick Henry.
That's what you mentioned last night.
Yeah, just throwing people down.
Yep.
Like, that works. Maybe I could use that stiff arm.
You see Derrick Henry stiff arming guys in slow motion. It's all over Facebook. It's all on Reels. Now it's popular again.
Yeah, it's popular again. All these kids are going, hey, that works.
Yeah.
Let me do that.
1:26 remaining here as the Huskies will take their time here.
I heard a crazy stat. I'll just say this real quick. I'll tell you this next play after this play here.
Man in motion. It's going to be jet sweep action, and he's gotten a lot of work. He cuts it up the middle, and he's brought down about the 20. Flag on the play, though. We'll see if it comes back.
Yeah, Dalton Myers. But I heard this crazy stat. So Derrick Henry's played I forgot how many thousands of games, hundreds of games he played in the NFL, right? Gained all of these yards. He's played for 10, 13 years maybe. All the yards he got in the NFL still does not surpass as many yards as he had in high school.
That's crazy. That is nuts.
I said he averaged, I told someone I looked, like his senior year, he averaged over 300 yards a game. every game? And they go, yes, that includes the state championship, all the playoffs. I mean, that is just a freak.
Well, when you look at him in high school, you watch some of his film, it looks like a high school player playing against middle schoolers. I mean, he's a grown man. And he was so good at Alabama. Alabama. We talked about that Ohio State-Alabama game. He dominated in that game too.
Yeah, he did.
Too little, too late for Alabama, unfortunately, but fortunately.
Well, we joked about it. I told somebody, I said, the president of our Comfort Solution, used to be a vice president of our Armstrong division, Don Tassick. I said, hey, what's the Buckeyes? This is early season going to have this year? He goes, I don't care. I'm basking in the glow of last season.
Yep, absolutely. As a screen pass to number 5 here. He's going to patiently cut it upfield. He cuts it to the outside. He might be gone. He races, and he is to the 5 and to the touchdown. That's number 5. Again, we don't have a name on the roster, but a heck of a play by him as he kind of navigated his way through the blocking, and then it was off to the races for him.
And there was a couple big blocks, including another one by guess who? Mighty Lopez.
Mighty Lopez.
I mean, he has had a monster game from the offensive line position. I like that kid. And again, when you see a catch like that and you got 51 linemen after his block running downfield, that shows you what a coach has got these guys bought into their program and sitting there going, I'm going to run downfield and see if I can get a block. Does it matter? I don't know. Yes, it does.
And if 51 is running downfield full speed of me, I don't want to be a part of it. I might just have to trip over a piece of turf as Hernandez lines up for the point after. It's 59-0 Huskies at this point over the Panthers. As Hernandez socks it through.
And good.
He's gotta love the stats he's racking up with those extra points, huh?
Yes, he does. I gotta say a big shout out now to the Lincoln County cheerleaders. My daughter would be she'd be mad at me if I didn't announce them. So what a great job. Listen, those girls work hard. I've watched them perform a few times this year at a few games. Love what they do. Really doing a great job. And listen, the coaching staff has got them working hard, getting ready for the regionals in November.
Brian, I was like, who's wearing that number 12? She's a really good cheerleader down there.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Shannon Mitchell, but he goes by Man. I mean,
Shannon Mitchell,
yeah.
Just got from one of our staff members here, Mr. Seth Stowers. Number 5 is Shannon Mitchell. So, Shannon, we got you on there. I got these from Max Preps. Didn't have you on there.
Heck of a play, Shannon.
Yeah. Said he goes by Man. I see why.
He's been on a bunch of punt returns for the Huskies tonight. Like I said, they get him a nice screen pass there. And once again, patient running, navigating his way, and then he just kind of picks the outside lane and goes.
Yeah.
He didn't try to do all this dancing to the inside, back and forth. He just went, and he's like, I know I can burn these guys to the end zone.
Yeah, use my strength. My strength is my speed. Once I saw the hole, the opening, explode through it.
So 37 seconds remaining here in the first half, and I'm sure we'll get a kick and maybe a run play or two, and 60-0. And Davis is going to let him bounce in front of him. He wisely gets on the ball at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, he had Josiah Rouse coming down. He had like a heat-seeking missile on that one. It's like, get down, get the ball, because if you try to pick this up right here, Josiah was going to have a big hit.
I know it's the home field and home turf for the Panthers here, but that ball's been bouncing a little bit weird for the Panthers tonight. 34 seconds remaining as we take a look at that nice scoreboard with the Armstrong sign on it.
It is a beautiful scoreboard, I will say that.
Nicely lit up.
See what Scholl does. I'd say they'll just try to run this ball, let the clock run out, and go into halftime. A little shift in the backfield.
A little fancy shift there for the end of the half there. And it's going to be Stevens, I think, on the run. Stevens just trying to take his aggression out on anyone that he can.
Yeah, he ran into Lance Williams Jr., big number 11, came in there. Another great-looking play for them. That's a load right there coming at you.
So 20 seconds, clock ticking. We're not going to assume after that first quarter, we're not going to assume anything's over at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
we called the first quarter, and then they ran a play right at the end there. So with the clock ticking down, it does indeed look like they're going to take this one to halftime. And so
Yeah, with that, we'll take just a quick break in the action. Let us catch our breath here for a little bit and come back with the second half.
60-0, Huskies. We'll be back.
XP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Mark was hosting a party.
I don't want everyone in the neighborhood to have my Wi-Fi password.
Using the Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, Mark created a special internet-only guest password without access to speakers, printers, or any other household devices, and he made it expire right as the party ended. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jim wants to know where his kids are at all times.
What can I say? I'm a protective dad.
The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, lets him set primary devices for everybody in the household or frequent guests. Now he gets an alert when his kids leave or his mother-in-law arrives. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Mary wanted control of her children's screen time.
No phones during homework or bedtime.
The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, gave Mary the option to set a timeout, pausing internet access for all her kids' devices with just the touch of a button. Parental controls have never been easier. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jane loves shopping online,
It's my favorite.
but she had concerns about internet security. Fear not. The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, features advanced security that blocks malware, phishing scams, and other cyber attacks across all the connected devices in her home. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play.
EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Miss the beginning of a program or forgot to record? Look for the Start Over icon and restart it up to 72 hours later. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Looking for a specific movie, show, or actor? Search across TV, on-demand, and streaming apps to find what you want fast. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Mark was hosting a party.
I don't want everyone in the neighborhood to have my Wi-Fi password.
Using the Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, Mark created a special internet-only guest password without access to speakers, printers, or any other household devices, and he made it expire right as the party ended. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jim wants to know where his kids are at all times.
What can I say? I'm a protective dad.
The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, lets him set primary devices for everybody in the household or frequent guests. Now he gets an alert when his kids leave or his mother-in-law arrives. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Mary wanted control of her children's screen time.
No phones during homework or bedtime.
The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, gave Mary the option to set a timeout, pausing internet access for all her kids' devices with just the touch of a button. Parental controls have never been easier. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jane loves shopping online,
It's my favorite.
but she had concerns about internet security. Fear not. The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, features advanced security that blocks malware, phishing scams, and other cyber attacks across all the connected devices in her home. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play.
eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Miss the beginning of a program or forgot to record? Look for the Start Over icon and restart it up to 72 hours later. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Looking for a specific movie, show, or actor? Search across TV, on-demand, and streaming apps to find what you want fast. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
How's things going for you down here? And he goes, you like it? He goes, yes, you people are a bunch of liars. We lied to you? Yeah, you did. I said, how we lied to you? Y'all got that slogan. What slogan? Almost, I said, almost heaven, West Virginia. Yeah, it ain't on us.
And I said, well, sir, we got our problems. He looked at me and goes, you been to New Jersey? I went, no, you ain't got no problems.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the pride of Lincoln County, your 2025 Lincoln County Panther
Very terrible sales service, whatever. So we're out one day driving around taking the kids somewhere. My wife's kind of looking at her phone and driving off. She goes, oh my goodness. I said, President Trump has been, so what? He's running, has been shot. I'm like, what? She goes, yeah. She goes, oh my God. So what? She goes, in Butler, Pennsylvania. I'm like, wait, what? I said, in Butler. And she goes, yes, it honey, you're reading that wrong. She goes, no. I said, it can't be Butler. I go up there a lot.
Last week, a body behind competition Lincoln County got the 3 more awards. Second place band and class. Second place profession and first place field commander. Tomorrow, the band will be competing at Cabot Midland. This year's theme is entitled American Barn Dance. Musical selections include American Barn Dance, Cotton Eye Joe, Gospel Hoedown, and Tennessee Waltz. Field Commander Andrew Walsh are the Panthers ready.
We know when we did like
is yours.
My guy goes, man, I have to go. I think going said, man, we gotta leave. Okay, our problem. I said, yeah, I'm gonna gain too much weight. Why this? So one day, I was driving. Well, I turned the audio on and said, pick this.
It's probably 20 miles. And that's fine. You're right. Down the whole track, come back, walk home. I got it. Like the fall year. And they weren't going first. They were going to out. They only did 20 miles. And I'm telling you. And I know what a panther looks like. We've seen panthers out. And I know I heard panthers swallow me. Yeah, I heard something. You know, all the deal won't even leave. Now we walking up there. Didn't have no light. And they was something wrong. What is the biggest like mountain lion?
One that came my
Bear. We got bear.
my neighbor one day, me and my daughter were out in our garden out there, the water. And they come out and said, hey, here's the house. They got some bear walks right by the garden where we're at, walks in my backyard. Now, I have a feet, they're right over the yellow side. My wife and me cut out. Me and my daughter were in the back there. That bear's in there. I said, it's so funny. We see it on there. Hey, you get that deer, we're going to have trouble. And it was so funny. Mike said that bear shot on somebody's way.
Let me tell you. Yeah. Big farm. We was up there working today.
Hey, you can use it. He kicks at
Best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock. All your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Mark was hosting a party.
I don't want everyone in the neighborhood to have my Wi-Fi password.
Using the Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, Mark created a special internet-only guest password without access to speakers, printers, or any other household devices, and he made it expire right as the party ended. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jim wants to know where his kids are at all times.
What can I say? I'm a protective dad.
The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, lets him set primary devices for everybody in the household or frequent guests. Now he gets an alert when his kids leave or his mother-in-law arrives. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Mary wanted control of her children's screen time.
No phones during homework or bedtime.
The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, gave Mary the option to set a timeout, pausing internet access for all her kids' devices with just the touch of a button. Parental controls have never been easier. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jane loves shopping online,
It's my favorite.
but she had concerns about internet security. Fear not. The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, features advanced security that blocks malware, phishing scams, and other cyber attacks across all the connected devices in her home. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play.
eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Miss the beginning of a program or forgot to record? Look for the Start Over icon and restart it up to 72 hours later. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Looking for a specific movie, show, or actor? Search across TV, on-demand, and streaming apps to find what you want fast. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. eXp Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. eXp Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Mark was hosting a party.
I don't want everyone in the neighborhood to have my Wi-Fi password.
Using the Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, Mark created a special internet-only guest password without access to speakers, printers, or any other household devices, and he made it expire right as the party ended. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app, available on the App Store and Google Play. Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jim wants to know where his kids are at all times.
What can I say? I'm a protective dad.
The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, lets him set primary devices for everybody in the household or frequent guests. Now he gets an alert when his kids leave or his mother-in-law arrives. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass.
And we are back here getting ready to get the second half underway here. Lincoln County Panthers hosting the Herbert Hoover Huskies here. Huskies dominating the first half, up 60-0 here, and it looks like we're going to have ourselves a running clock situation here as we start the third quarter. Looks like they got 10 minutes on the clock too, so not sure what the ruling is on that, but nonetheless, trying to keep these kids healthy, give them an opportunity to play. We don't want to see anybody get hurt here.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what you do, and that's a smart rule. Both coaches really agree to something like that and I'm sure for Hoover, you're going to see a lot of their, second string. There's some of the underclassmen coming in. get them some valuable playing time.
And what our goal is here on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel at this point is we want to, as we see these young kids get some experience, we want to call their names. We want to give them their shot in the spotlight. And some of these younger kids that don't get a normal chance to play on Friday nights, this got to be some great experience for them and great exposure here, so that they can watch this later on.
Absolutely, you're still working. As I told them, nice little run up the middle here.
Looks like Stevens, as I think I see a big guy getting the ball there.
Yeah, big man Stevens getting it.
So 4-yard gain on that one, bring up 2nd and 6. Shaw still in at quarterback, Stevens in at the fullback position, and looks like on the defensive side for the Huskies, they've rotated in some new bodies. As we have, looks like Atkins in at running back now. And the give to him, and a nice swooping and tackle. Atkins almost avoided it, got a 2-yard gain out of it.
Yeah, Preston Rhodes came up on the hit, but he absorbed the blow, spun out of it, and picked up a couple more yards.
Jackson Shortridge in at quarterback here for the Panthers, at least for the time being. Atkins checking out of the game at running back. It looks like Davis comes in and checks in. He's going to be the deep back in the backfield. Shortridge in at quarterback. He's going to be under center. Stevens, the fullback. The give to Davis up the middle. Davis has some room to run. He's across the 50. He's got a first down and then some. He's across the 40, and he's trying to beat him to the 35, and he does just that. A nice run by Davis.
And again, that's what I was telling you about earlier. We talked about the game. You can see some of that explosiveness out of Davis, and we tell people all the time, lots of potential. And I know potential and $2 will get you a pop, but that shows you the athletic ability that if he continues to work, next year, the year after that, explosive player.
$2, Brian, in this economy, it's like $2.50, I think.
Now, it's true.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. Hey, we'd love to have some fun up here in the booth.
Aiden Atkins on the carry, and again, there's a swarming defense. Even you can see Hoover's a well-coached ball club. And you can see even these underclassmen are taught, you swarm. Like you said, I love that. Swarm and punish. That's what you do as a defensive.
Absolutely. Whether you're a backup starter, third stringer, swarm and punish. We used to get in the locker room, the whole defensive unit would get together, no matter what position, no matter where you were on the depth chart, and we just sway. And we say, swarm, punish, swarm, punish.
It's just drilled into your head.
That was our pregame ritual at YSU. 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Panthers. The give to Davis once again, and he's got no room to run this time. Maybe a gain of 1 on that one.
They just tried to dance his way through the hole there, and it collapsed on him quickly.
Excited to see possibly a healthy dosage of Hayden Davis here. Like you said, a young and up-and-coming guy, possible future star on this team.
Absolutely. And, we always talk about that even for Hoover and for Lincoln County both. You get these young players, injuries do happen. You always heard it, next man up. This is how you get that next man up. Maybe earn you some starting, role here. You may have a performance here, and they go, you know what, coaches go, maybe we need this guy some playing time on the varsity level.
Clayton Mosley getting the carry from the fullback position, runs into a brick wall, but nonetheless gets about a yard. They'll bring up 4th and 8. 6:28 remaining here in the third quarter.
Mosley, another one of those freshmen. I like to see these freshmen get this playing time right now. Like Mosley. Mosley's a good-looking kid, too.
Absolutely. We'll see if Shortridge now working out the shotgun for the first time in the pistol formation. Let's see if they let him throw a pass. They do. It's a screen pass. It's number 3 on the reception. He tries to cut it outside, but he's clotheslined by number 43 of the defense, and a stop. Turnover on downs. But a nice little pitch and catch there from Shortridge to T.J. Ritchie.
Yeah, that was Trevin Hunter on the tackle there, and like you said, he was head hunting on this one.
We've seen a couple tackles like that tonight, and the officials, as many flags as we've seen, they've kind of let those ones go.
Well, I tell you what, we watch the college game now. I don't even know sometimes. I hate to say this. We watched that Pitt WBall game. There's a couple roughing the passers on both teams. I was like, come on, guys, really?
Yeah.
They're making a tackle.
Yes.
Getting a little bit too much with the...
Brian, I'm at a point with college and pro sports where can we just eliminate some of the holding calls, some of the roughing calls? I just want to see the game played through without, big play, but there's a flag on it,
Yeah, you see it. So, and like you said, guy in the pros now, if you almost touch the quarterback, it's a penalty.
Let's not call it unless it's absolutely egregious. So, and I will say the officials tonight been doing a really good job, I must say. as taken down for a loss in the backfield. Let's get some new guys on the offensive end for the Huskies. Get some names for you here.
That was number, I think that was 52 for the Panthers on that Eli Bender on the stop. Yeah, but you're exactly right. I told somebody, I said, I know we want to keep everybody safe. It's the most important thing, but it's still a contact sport. You're going to have, I told them you played, I played. We knew the risk. We know there's some risk. You try to keep them safe, but it's still a contact sport.
And one thing I really want to give Herbert Hoover credit to, from the first snap, they have played with class as a fumble recovery here by the Panthers. And it is going to be Panther football at the 25, and a positive play for Lincoln County.
Absolutely. You can see the quarterback just lost the handle on that. I think that's number 15. Ryder Andruez. I think that.
I looked at that name. I was going to have trouble saying that one, too.
Ryder, we're going to call you Ryder. I got you, Ryder.
So,
but, you're right, exactly right about that. Hoover's a class act.
Yes.
They really are. Shout out. The fans have been great here. And I love the fact that they brought a lot of people down here, on the road. That shows a lot of support from that community, and you love to see that.
Absolutely. You heard the horns to start the game. They're really into the game. You almost thought, are they going to be obnoxious? No, they have been just a great crowd to have here.
Hey, Maggie's on the carry.
Ooh, and a rough tackle after the first down. And once again, no flag on that play. But, man, he was taken down from the shoulder pads around the 15-yard line. It will be a first down.
Yeah, that was Zane George came in and just around. It really was. It was a clean tackle, though. I mean, it looks vicious because you go up around those headgear, but good tackle by Zane George. It saved a touchdown.
Far sideline, hard for us to see, but Tim Grayley giving us a great view of it. As they give to the outside, Hayden Davis tries to get to the outside, but brought down. What a great tackle by number 10 there. It's going to be Preston Rhodes for the Huskies.
Again, Preston Rhodes showing a little bit of wheels there. And like we talked about, kind of that undersized DB, like you talked about, you love that undersized DB that shows that effort.
Love it. They can tackle. That's the thing. Everybody's level with that because the legs are low. That's the undersized DB can get. As long as they wrap the legs, they're making that tackle, right?
Aiden Atkins trying to get to the outside. He does get the corner.
And he's to the 5. He's to the touchdown. Aiden Atkins puts the Panthers on the board with 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
I like this run for him because you didn't get to see it on the edge there. He kind of hesitated for a second, like he's going to cut it back, trying to freeze a DB, and then kicks it to the outside. Little things you can do as a running back to try to give yourself some leverage and get an advantage on that. Love that play.
And he's fired up and giving something positive to the Panthers to look at here with under 2 minutes remaining in the third. So they're going to attempt the 2-point conversion.
Okay, we were looking here at the statewide sports line from Metro News here. Man, a little county rival of Spring Valley with just updated Midland just take the lead over Spring Valley 2017.
Shortridge under center here for the 2-point attempt, and he's going to fake it to Atkins. He's going to throw it in the end zone, and wide open is number 3. I think that's TJ Ritchie on the reception for the 2 points. So with 1:03 remaining here in the third quarter, running clock once again, it's Hoover 60, Lincoln County 8. But you got to take that win if you're Lincoln County to get some points on the board.
And that's what I said. We tell the coaching staffs, both coaching staffs right now, if you watch them, they're coaching.
Yes.
And that's what you do as a coach. You coach hard no matter what.
Yeah.
You keep playing. And trust me, those, like you talked about earlier, from this adversity, this strife, that's how you get better. You learn and you grow from that.
Absolutely, and we're seeing some players rotate in for Hoover, but we're seeing Lincoln County's got a lot of their guys still in the game. Mix those running backs, the young guys, Davis, Adkins, and it's good experience, like you said, for them to work through that adversity. And hey, scored some points.
Yeah, absolutely, it pays off. Again, we'll take a moment here to thank some of our title sponsors there. Southern West Virginia Health Systems for all your healthcare needs, and not just Lincoln County, but in Southern West Virginia as well, as Thornhill Automotive Listen, if there's a brand of vehicle you want, go to the folks at Thornhill, and they can take care of you, located in Chapmanville and Williamson areas. And that'll be the end of this quarter here. End of the third quarter on the rolling clock. So we'll take just a quick break here and bring back the final quarter.
XP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved. EXP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Stream all of your favorite live TV, including news and sports, plus cloud DVR to handle all of your recordings. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.
Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass.
And we're back here at Lincoln County, home of the Panthers, where they just scored a touchdown, and they now have 8 points to Hoover's 60. As Atkins, who just scored the touchdown, kicks it off. It's going to be picked up before it rolls out of bounds, and Hoover will take over at their own 30-yard line for the next possession. Rolling clock situation here, and let's see if we can get some young guys, some experience on the Hoover end of things, as they're constantly, it doesn't only apply if you're down by a lot of points, but if you're up by a lot of points, get some guys that, if an injury happens, they're an injury away from being in a big spot. Get them some good experience here under the Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what we said right now, even from their last possession, you're trying to get something positive out of these kids too. Let's see how you're doing. They're going to watch this film, and they're going to watch that and learn. Hey, I know, kids, I hate to say this, that old adage, the eye in the sky never lies, because, I was always one of those guys, Coach, you're wrong. I didn't do that. We watch the film and be like, God, yeah, I did. Daggone it, I did do it.
You know what they always used to say in the film room? It's never as good as you think. It's never as bad as you think. As, man, the running back's going to take this one upfield. He cuts it outside. He's got some room to run. He's trying to cut it again before he's taken down. That's number 18 on the carry. It's going to be Cody Redmond.
What an explosive play, how they just burst through the middle and then quickly bounced it outside. Nice job. Nice bit of running by Cody Redmond.
And we got a flag on the play here. We'll see what it is. When we were talking about, one thing we were talking about during the break here is, teams that they're up this many points and they're throwing bombs and this and that. When you're handing the ball off to a young guy, you want him to run hard. There's no shame in trying to score a touchdown from the ground. If you do, you do. I'm sorry.
Absolutely right. Yeah. Absolutely right. You're doing the right thing here.
We'll get a personal foul late hit out of bounds here on the Panthers.
Well, they had a block in the back they had a block in the back on the run, and then a personal foul late hit afterwards. So.
Okay. Maybe negate the penalty then?
We'll sort that out. Let's see what they do here. So you're marking it back and then going to mark it forward, and
you almost wonder if that's an offsetting penalties that would just replay the down.
The
official's giving us whiplash right now.
Yeah,
we're going to get seasick here in a second. Levi's over here laughing at us.
I don't know what they're doing.
Levi, tell us what's going on here.
It would have been much easier to set offsetting penalties.
Our boy Levi Turlikowski over here, he's killing it over here on our crew as part of our big crew here that, we give them all credit for helping us out here. We can't do what we do without them. So we appreciate all you guys running the cameras and all that.
I tell people all the time, I got to be the luckiest man with the team that I have working for me. When you're a GM and you get a strong team like that, it makes your job really easy, and I'm blessed. I have a great crew at Armstrong.
Brian, I got to ask you, where the heck's Timmy at? I've seen it. He blends in so well down there.
He does. And I told him, when he started doing this sideline, because I really like it, I said, Timmy, either you're really good or because you always seem to be in the right spot to get these great views.
Oh, shoot. If you can hear us, Timmy, give us a wave. All right, so here we go. Running back. It's on. He just loses his footing there, and let's just hope that he's okay after that, and he gets up. Luckily, that's Andrew Z's on the attempted run.
Yeah, he just tried to plant that foot and got out from underneath of him. Ryder, I mean, I had a nice little run there going up. You can see on the replay. You can see what he's trying to do. He's just trying to make that cutback,
and when he goes down, he pulls that knee pad up. You're just hoping it's not a non-contact injury. But I'm love to see him get up after that. So 6:01 remaining here in the game, and the Huskies looking to maybe put one more on the scoreboard before the end of it. As it's actually Lakin Carter that's in at quarterback this time. And he's going to give it up the middle. Got a man, it's number 18. He's running with a burst of speed to the 15 before he's brought down. And that was number 18, Cody Redmond.
I tell you what, I'm looking at according to the Max Preps here, Cody's a 5'9", 165-pound sophomore. Guess what, Hoover? You got another one coming.
I'm telling you, they just keep breeding running backs. It's the athletes, really, because these receivers, these running backs, they all just seem interchangeable.
Yeah, I've been so impressed with the athleticism of even like we talked about earlier, their offensive and defensive line, their big guys move. I mean, they move really well.
And I can't talk enough about the class that these players play with and that these coaches coach with. I mean, from the first, game was out of hand. There was Hayden Davis had a really nice kick return, and there was a declined block in the back penalty just because they wanted to see that kid succeed.
Yep. Nice little stop that time. The interior of the Panther defense.
Second down upcoming.
Big number 52, Eli Bender. Called his name a few times tonight. Had a nice little game.
Man, here's the worst part about not seeing the starters for Hoover here in the second half. We don't get to call the mighty guy's name, huh?
Mighty Lopez.
Mighty Lopez.
Mighty, I'm going to tell you this right now. I know there's been a lot of great plays tonight. I'm going to give you my player of the game vote.
Yep.
Mighty Lopez.
I'll double down on that one.
You're getting the Armstrong player of the game.
Yep. God, I wish we could bring him up for an interview right now. Wouldn't that be something? Coaches might frown upon.
Yeah, they probably would.
4:09 remaining here, as it's going to be kept this time by Andrew Zeese. Andrew Zeese cuts his way in for a touchdown. Keeps his feet that time.
Running. That's what you call shifty on that run.
That is shifty for sure. Navigating and ultimately tacking 6 more on for the Huskies.
And I'm going to say something, folks, that was pretty cute to see this. When he scores in the end zone down here, there's a couple kids from Hoover down here. And look at them jumping up and actually kind of celebrating with the team. That is pretty cool to see those little kids doing that.
The little guy in the red jersey in the back there, I just want to point something out. He caught my eye at halftime because he looked like he was wearing a Shane Falco jersey.
The
replacements, absolutely. My guys in the training department, they know I love to reference movies and quote movies. I think that was my first one of the night, so we're not too bad. 3:13 remaining, and we got the extra point is actually blocked, but we're going to have a flag on the play.
What is the
dead ball delay of game? So it was before the snap, so I believe they'll try it again if my football knowledge serves me well here.
Well, I can tell you, we had a little situation in the Pitt W game that I had never, I guess they did say they blew the call. If anybody watched that game at halftime, there was a defensive penalty. So we thought you get one untimed down, but they were like, no, there's not, you couldn't, it needed to be at least 3 seconds on the clock. It was a mess and could have been a huge play. Luckily for West Virginia, they ended up pulling out and winning it, but that one kicked a little low there.
And that one just baffles me, Brian, when you talk about that, because these are big-time games in college, and especially now with people potentially wagering on games, you have to know the rules if you're the official. And
we were sitting there, and I thought, that's like one of these rules I thought everyone knew, and they definitely blew that call. And like you said, you see some of these calls, you're like, guys, these are you're getting paid a lot of money to do this as an official. You should definitely know that role. I understand you miss calls. That happens. Yeah, holding calls here and there. But that was very egregious.
And it's definitely, I will confirm, at least to my football knowledge, if it's the last play of the game, time expires, and there's a pass interference, any kind of defensive penalty, there is one untimed down that will be run after that.
Well, that's what some of us were talking that game. So, well, if that's the truth, then in the Hail Mary situation, just clothesline the defender, and the game will end.
Exactly.
I mean, it was crazy.
Yes, that's a great point you make there.
I know the officials are doing the best they can, but in calls like that, we've seen you understand you're going to miss a call here and there. We understand that. It's a tough job to do, and we appreciate these guys doing it. But stuff like that is
just don't get in the way of the outcome of the game. Yes. That's my beef right there. And I want to give a shout out to these officials. I think this game has been officiated very well, the officials tonight, as Hayden Davis tries to get to the outside, but a shoestring tackle gets him. That's number 88 of the Huskies.
Aiden Dean with the shoestring tackle, and really saved a lot more yards out of that, because I thought Davis on that run, I thought, if he can break this tackle here and just holds on, that is a great play.
Clock ticking now, 25 seconds. Like we said, folks, we've been on a running clock here from the start of the second half. We've had 10-minute quarters, so it's been going by pretty quick here. As Shortridge is going to look, he's going to throw it deep, but it looked like he was held. No flags thrown. We're not going to have enough time for another play anyway, as clock's going to tick down. And that's going to be the end of the game here. We're going to have a final score. The Huskies 66, the Panthers 8. Herbert Hoover dominates tonight. And we kind of expected this outcome. We were hoping it would be a little bit closer, but sometimes it's just what happens.
Well, listen, and take nothing away. Listen, Hoover is a great team. Like we said, that's going to be a team that has aspirations to go into Charleston for the state championship game, and they showed it tonight. The Panthers, again, like we said, a really young squad. You're going to go through those growing pains when you have that young squad like this. Don't get your heads down. This is just one game. It's one game of a 10-game season. You just try to get better every single week. That's all we always say. You get 1% better every day.
1% better every day. What happens 100 days from now?
Yep, you're 100% better.
Oh,
exactly
my goodness.
Right.
It's like you hung out with my coach back in the day from YSU. So funny. But I'd say your story of the night, mistakes made by Lincoln County, Peyton Grigsby, and Mighty Lopez.
Yes.
Those are my three storylines for tonight. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, and I'll say this. I want to shout out to Peyton Grigsby. I thought, this kid here has a lot of potential at quarterback. Not just his arm strength, but his presence and how he felt the pocket. Made great throws, made the right reads. So impressed with this entire Hoover team. And I can tell you, the folks at AAA, you're going to have to deal with that team.
Absolutely. Herbert Hoover is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Can't wait to see where they end up going this season. Lincoln County, a lot of work to be done. They're young. We'll see how they progress over the next season or two. Brian Vance, thank you so much for having me these last couple of days. It has been an honor.
And Matt, same here. We appreciate you coming down. Like I said, folks, to come down here from Ohio just to do this, and shows how much you care about not just Armstrong, but youth sports, and how much you love and giving back to that. And we appreciate you coming down. And like I said, your passion shows for football. Anytime, you got an open invitation anytime to come down here.
Can't wait to do it again. Thank you so much.
Well, again, on behalf of Matt, me, all the folks, my staff at Armstrong, we appreciate them so much. We hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. Hey, check out the Mountaineers tomorrow, 6 o'clock, playing the Kansas Jayhawks. It's going to be a tough game. We hope you have a great weekend. And again, we appreciate all our viewers and all you do. So thank you very much from all the folks at Armstrong. And we will see you in a couple of weeks for next home game. So have a great night, and we'll see you soon.
So long from Lincoln County.
XP Stream is the best way to get all your TV in one place. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Peacock, all your favorite streaming apps without having to switch inputs or remotes. EXP Stream from Armstrong. Streaming solved.